Hi, Fionuala.
Hey, Janie.
How's it going today?
Oh, it's a wonderful day. It's at 92 degrees, but we're in a lovely shady spot here, and we're going to talk about what to do in the garden in June.
In June. So
Yeah.
last month we went over what to do in the garden in May,
Yes.
and that was incredibly helpful.
Good.
So I'm excited to see and hear what you have for us to do in June.
Well, today being so hot, I was going to start with irrigation and mulch.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because it's a really, really warm day, you want to double check that every single emitter is working
Okay.
and that your whole irrigation system is being effective
Okay.
and actually delivering the right amount of water to each plant. And it's a good idea to check on a sunny day anyway, just because everything might need a little bit of supplemental water on a day like this.
Okay.
So check your irrigation. That's a really great June chore. It's been warm and sunny for, a couple of weeks now, and anything that's suffering is going to be showing it now. All your thriving plants are going to let you know that they're thrilled to bits with the way it's working.
Okay. So if you
Yeah.
see a plant that's maybe a little wilty or
Mm-hmm.
scorching a little bit,
Yeah.
check the irrigation.
Check the irrigation first. Start with that. Make sure the emitter is the right size for that particular plant.
Oh, okay.
Picture the root systems and what they need.
Okay.
And then, adjust your irrigation system accordingly.
Okay. And then what about mulch? You were saying mulch?
Yeah, mulch it's a really good idea right now to start putting a layer of mulch in your garden. Conserves moisture really well. And on any of the warm days that we've got, or any of the windy days in particular, the soil dries out from the top, and you may as well keep that moisture in. You've gone to all the trouble of doing the watering and getting your irrigation just right. Keep that moisture in.
Okay.
Yep, a couple of inches of mulch is where you do the trick. Another June chore is to feed your summer blooming perennials.
Okay.
They're about to push out a whole ton of new growth filled with flowers. So they'd appreciate some well-balanced 16/16 or 555 fertilizer right about now.
Okay.
Yeah. So over here we've got a whole bunch of hot-colored plants that look like they could use a little supplemental water. Some of the dahlias.
Oh, yeah, just like you were saying.
Yeah, and then the rest of them definitely could use some feeding.
Okay. So feeding your summer bloomers.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, annuals, of course, but perennials even too now, right?
Yeah, they would definitely appreciate it. They've already pushed out some growth, getting ready to push out a bunch of blooms. Definitely they could use a little supplementing.
Okay.
Another thing to feed right now would be your shrubs and plants that have just finished their first flush of blooms.
Oh.
Or their flush of blooms.
Okay.
Like it's a great time to feed camellias.
It is.
Yeah, and your rhodies, they would also want some feeding. They're both acid loving, so make sure you're sticking with an acid fertilizer for them.
So why am I feeding my camellias now?
Picture what they've just done. They have just given you these amazing growth, amazing blooms, and the blooms are just about finished. So you're giving them some food to kind of get ready for the buds for next year and next year's blooms.
Oh.
Same with the rhodies.
So you're preemptively
Yeah,
setting them up.
exactly. You'll feed them again in the fall, but it's a really good time right now after they've just finished pushing out all that blooms
good
and
tip.
new growth.
I wasn't even thinking about camellias right now, but
Yeah.
I will now. Thanks, Fionuala.
It's also a good time to feed roses yet again because they're probably just finishing their first flush of blooms and they're just like bloomed like crazy, giving you a ton of great growth. You're going to want to get more out of them as the summer progresses. It's a good idea to feed them too.
This is such good reminders. I need to go home and feed everything.
Yeah.
Okay, Fionuala, why did you take me over to the vegetables? Aren't we too late?
Oh, absolutely not. You can still plant so many summer veggies.
Like tomatoes?
Yes, like
What?
tomatoes. Come and have a look. I mean, many of these are going to give you tomatoes, 65 days from transplant or less.
Okay.
And some of them are 55, some of them are a little longer. But just picture, we have a fabulous growing season here ahead of us still. There's still tons of time to plant and expect great harvest. One more chore to do right now in the middle of June is to remove your spring blooming annuals and prepare the soil and get ready for your summer blooming annuals.
Mm.
But one of the best things to do right now, especially from your favorite spring bloomers, is to save the seeds.
Oh, yes.
And these poppies were astonishing.
These
I
were, I remember these.
definitely
They
want
were,
to save these seeds.
are these the ones you can shake in here?
Yeah, these are breadseed poppies. So you can also save them for reseeding next year
Uh-huh.
or for sprinkling all over your lemon poppy seed muffins.
Oh my
Yeah, it's
goodness.
the same exact one. So I'm actually going to cut these whole things down fairly soon, but I'm going to start with just saving the seeds. Just cut all the seed heads, and I like to keep them somewhere dry
Okay.
till they fully mature.
And by fully mature, what do you mean? Like dry
They're going
out
to get
completely?
yellow, and you're going to see an opening, and the seeds are going to sprinkle out. Hasn't happened yet, but it will.
Those are just the most amazing seed heads.
Aren't they?
They're
I know.
beautiful.
So
What are a couple other things you can save seeds from?
you can save seeds from your sweet peas.
Oh.
I'm trying to prolong the bloom a little bit longer, so I've been deadheading fairly faithfully.
Mm-hmm.
These seed pods are not mature enough to really start saving yet,
Okay.
so we'd wait a little bit longer on those. Calendula, it's really great to save your calendula seeds.
Oh.
It's, a lot of those spring blooming calendulas, they've finished, the seeds are nice and ripe, and you can save them and plant them again when the weather cools down.
Free plants.
Yeah,
Right?
nothing better. So we've gone through, we are removing all of our spring blooming annuals, and in their place, we're going to want to plant something else.
Exciting.
I would start by improving the soil because picture all of the nutrients used up by something like this.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd improve the soil to start with. Good organic compost, or I love that soil booster that we have here.
Oh.
Really, really good.
Okay.
A little richer than compost. It's excellent.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
never heard of that.
Yeah.
Soil booster. Is that EB Stone?
It's an EB Stone product and it holds the moisture really nicely, which is great for over the summer.
And do you just put it on like you would put compost on top dress?
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And dig it in really nicely, prepare the soil, and then you start planting your summer blooming annuals. Cosmos and marigolds and zinnias and sunflowers. Perfect time to plant them.
My favorite. Now, would you plant them from seed or from seedling? Or
To get a
either?
jump start, it's always fun to do the seedlings, the starts, and you also beat the birds to it too.
Yes.
And with the weather being so changeable and warm, sometimes those poor little seeds can get dried out at a really bad time. So I personally like doing starts, but any of you who are good at seeds, just go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How fun. Okay, so this is the exciting time of year.
It
when we
is.
start getting a lot of the hot weather. I mean, who can beat zinnias,
Oh, I know.
It's just amazing.
I happen to love marigolds too. They smell a little funny, but there's nothing quite like them. When they're just like big and orange or yellow or white.
Love
They're
it.
just so dramatic, and they're a little more tolerant if, it's a super hot day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got some chores to do for June.
We sure do.
Thank you
Let's
so
get
much,
to it.
Fionuala.